Hey everybody, I am back. It's another edition of Fast Five.
Oh, everybody watch because he is back.
That's Jay, I'm Scott. He's wearing a shirt in honor of not only Marcus Colston, but his godson.
That's right.
Colston.
Now I need to have a Callaway golf club over my shoulder, and I can honor Nate's little boy and your little boy. But we're gonna have to work on that.
But then you would hit me with it.
Ain't no question.
Let's get going.
Question number 1.
The Ragin Cajun softball team will blank the Lafayette Regional.
I'm really not sure how to fill in that blank. I want to say win, but I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to. Their pitching's been a little inconsistent. Their bats have had problems against really good pitchers, and in that series against Baylor, they managed to eke out the first win before winning in a blowout, but there's no guarantee they're going to be able to do that again. I want to say they're going to win it, but I'm really not sure. If they're going to win it, they better come with their best softball. If they don't, that's a pretty tough field, and we could all be really disappointed come Monday.
They will win it, but not in a sweep. Lafayette is the city. It's going to be a great host. The team's going to be a great host, just not on the softball diamond. They're going to get down to business. They might not be peaking right now, but they're used to this moment in the big spot at home. They will win the Lafayette Regional.
I hope he's right.
Question number 2.
The recent stretch by the Ragin Cajun baseball team has been blank.
Not peaking. What they've done in the last couple of weeks is now you got to win the conference tournament just to get into the regionals, and trying to get that, whether it's a timely hit, whether it's one tough inning. They just haven't been able to put together 9 solid innings. Doesn't mean they can't get hot late in the season, whether it's this weekend at ULM or next week in Troy for the conference tourney, but certainly not peaking right now.
The timely hitting certainly has been a little bit of a problem. But really, if you look at this stretch where they've lost 5 out of 7, 3 of those losses can be directly attributed to the bullpen. The bullpen had been rock solid, but they gave up 3 in the 9th inning to South Alabama to ruin any chance that they were going to have to win the game. In Game 3 against App State, 3-0 game, the bullpen comes in and quickly makes it 6-0. And last night they couldn't hold a 4-1 lead against Nichols. So not only have they not been getting timely hits, there's also been a question in the bullpen, which up until now had been awfully good.
Question number 3.
Your biggest question regarding the Pelicans firing of head coach Monty Williams is blank.
Why? I don't really get this. You know, you had a team that had quite a few injuries this year. They were thought that they would make the playoffs. Despite the injuries, they did make the playoffs. And so why are we firing this guy? Now, Scott knows a lot more about the Pelicans than I do, but face value, why? You tell me why.
I appreciate the compliment. What I don't know is who's in power. That's my question. Tom Benson sends Monty Williams a letter 2 weeks ago congratulating him on a great season. Many, including myself, looked at it as, okay, that's an approval. He'll be back. He's under contract next year, team option after that. So 2 weeks go by after your season ends. You figure, oh, he's safe. Then yesterday, oh no, he's fired. I believe Wojo's report that there's a power struggle. Mickey Loomis goes to Monty Williams, fires him, but then Dell Demps is at the press conference. Monty thanks everybody under the sun about his time in New Orleans except Dell Demps. I think there was a power struggle between the two. Remember, Dell didn't hire Monty. Monty was hired a couple of weeks before Dell. Demps wants his own guy in there. I think that's really what it's about. At the end of the day, though, my question is, who's truly calling the shots? Is it Loomis? Is it Dell? Is it somebody else?
Well, we know it's not Monty Williams.
No, it's not.
Question number 4.
The next head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans should be blank.
Great question. I'm going to say Alvin Gentry. He's got a history in New Orleans, used to be a Hornets assistant. You need somebody in there that's going to be more fast-paced oriented, try to get the team out in transition. He had success of that in Phoenix. Remember, he took over on an interim basis. Then they kept him around because he did such a good job. But their defense didn't suffer. It wasn't a Mike D'Antoni Phoenix Suns team that didn't play any defense. They were competitive. I think Alvin Gentry is right for New Orleans. I think New Orleans is right for Alvin Gentry.
I think we're going to wait and see what happens with the Bulls, because it might be Tom Thibodeau, because he can change his name to Thibodeau. if he winds up in New Orleans. That's a rumor that's kind of floated around a little bit, and I don't know if it'll happen. Probably won't happen if the Bulls advance, because maybe they're going to like him. But right now, they don't like him in Chicago
it's kind
very
of like
much.
a Harbaugh situation with San Francisco, just clashing with management. Who knows? But at the very least, it'll probably be the most important hire in the history of this franchise, because whoever you hire, you got to make sure they get along with Anthony Davis. He's more important to the future of the franchise.
That's the answer. That's the answer of who's running the show. Anthony Davis is running the show. At least he should be.
Question number 5.
Where will the Deflategate penalties hurt the Patriots most?
You know, you ready for this? I don't think they're going to hurt the Patriots. I think the Patriots, I agree with Kevin Foote on this. I think the Patriots, because they're going to be without Tom Brady, they're going to come out with a sense of purpose early in the season. I don't think the $1 million fine bothers them. And the Patriots are so good when it comes to the draft, I don't think losing a first-round pick is a big deal. So my answer is, it won't.
Yeah, I would say the first-round pick. They're likely going to appeal. Maybe it gets brought back to a second-rounder. This really just hurts them most in terms of reputation. I think for some of us, we were able to point out all of the history, whether it be Spygate, whether it be the things that kind of make you scratch your head and say, okay, there's a pattern here. What happened recently gives sort of the national media the okay to go ahead and say, you know what, this franchise has a history of cheating. And so not everybody, but I think a lot more folks will look at them and say, okay, yeah, they won some Super Bowls, Brady's good, but it's tainted. There's no denying it. I think that's where it hurts the most. As far as on the field, I'm with Jay and Kevin. Patriots are going to win the AFC East next year, and they're going to be a contender once again.
And that wraps it up for Fast Five for this week. Next week on the show, I'm not going to be here. RB's going to stand right here because I'll be at the conference tournament. But maybe we'll get a first look at the family picture of Callaway and his mom and dad. Check it out.
In the meantime, hit subscribe right here in the left-hand corner, right-hand corner of your screen. If you like this, Fast Five come at you every week. We'll see you next time for ESPN 1420 and ESPN1420.com.